Good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone. Good evening and good afternoon to viewers from all walks of life. This is Desmos, and you are welcome to the channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom, and the channel of breaking empaths free. If you are new, on this channel I talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse, I talk about spirituality, and I talk about personal and self-development. And if any of that resonates with you, I invite you guys to join us. Give us a like, share the video with the friends, and you may subscribe if you haven't already. And for those that have always been with us, you are welcome back, and I thank you for your love and support. So there is two things that have usually happened on the chosen one's journey. The unevolved chosen one, in their early days, they have faced a lot of gang stalking, torture, humiliation. Some of them even have survived death. So a lot of chosen ones, in their early days of their evolution, they go through so much. And the whole reason of their problems is because those guys, basically, they are targeted individuals. So a chosen one will be targeted wherever they are. They will be targeted in their homes, by their own partners. And again, it's going to be another subject because the targeted situation is a very wide subject. So a lot of chosen ones, along their journey, they have been targeted by their own wives, their own partners. A lot of them have been targeted in schools. A lot of them have been targeted in their families. So a chosen one's journey is a journey they walk through as a targeted individual for the most part of their lives. And in the early days of their lives, mostly they don't usually know what is going on. But of course, a chosen one who later on awakens, that is exactly when they are going to know all this targeting and what exactly has it been all about. So a chosen one, as a targeted individual, a lot of people will make a lot of attempts on their lives. So some people, they want to destroy you. People, they will punish you for no reason. Many people, they will steal from you. Many people, they come into your life, they will abuse you. And a lot of guys, let me tell you something. What is the most funniest part? A lot of these individuals who are targeting you, they're just physical vessels. A lot of people, I can guarantee you guys, it was one of the things I came to conclusion when I awakened, that a lot of these guys, they don't know what they are doing. They don't know why they are stealing your money. They don't know why they are destroying you. They don't know why they are. So a lot of things they are doing, they do not know what is going on. It was one of the first thing when I woke up. It was one of the first thing I realized, because a lot of these people, they are just used as vessels. So the chosen ones, they know, the awakened chosen one knows that the battle, the real fight and the real battle is in the spiritual realm. So when the chosen ones are looking at these kind of problems like that, the environments around them, they don't look at the physical people in front of them, the physical beings in front of them. The chosen ones, they look beyond the veil. You know what I mean? So for them, they don't bother themselves. That's why you see in my early days when I woke up from narcissistic abuse, the first thing I did, I forgave the narcissist. That is the first thing I did, guys. And when I was doing that, I talked about it on my videos. And people were like, oh, you are so kind and everything. I just knew. I forgave the narcissist for a reason. I forgave the narcissist for a reason because I knew the narcissist, whatever was going on in that entanglement, she had no power over it. It was just something they had to do. You know what I mean? Because these individuals, most of them have been sent your way to target you as an individual. You know what I mean? So all this narcissist and the empath account and everything, all these things, the chosen ones understand that all these things are, what do they call it, are happening in the spiritual realm. All these kind of encounters, they're happening in the spiritual realm. You know what I mean? So the chosen one will be targeted. They will be destroyed. I remember in my early days, in my early days of my evolution, I dealt with a very, very toxic person. Many years ago, that was about 14 years ago. Actually, to be precise, that was about 20 years ago, if I remember well, 20 or 22 years ago. I dealt with a very, very difficult person. So that particular individual was a witch. You know what I mean? So the chosen ones, most of you guys, you already know that these individuals have been dealing with their witches. So I dealt with a very serious individual. That individual was a witch. And that particular person tried very hard to destroy my life. Very, very hard. Guys, I will guarantee you that particular person is just because in those days I could not see, because in those days I was still young. I was evolving eventually. So I didn't really know what that particular person was all about. But later on I would later on find out that that particular individual, they did so many things to destroy me. So many things, including witchcraft. So in those days, I remember they made me to, they caused me to have an accident. In those days, I had so many problems. I failed at my, a lot of job interviews and things like that. So many things happened in those days. That particular individual tried to destroy me. I noticed that for some reason, that particular individual was very, very much disturbed by my presence. Anytime when I was around in that part, that particular individual would become like numb. You know what I mean? So whenever I was around that particular person, that particular individual, they would become numb. It's like they wouldn't operate. It's like anything they would try to say wouldn't come out of their mouth. So a lot of things they were trying to do was frozen. It's like their life would become stuck at some point, and they wouldn't do whatever it is they wanted to do. But most of the time I noticed that actually behind closed doors, those individuals were practicing witchcraft on me. So they tried so many things to put me out. You know what I mean? So of course I survived the accident. Eventually I went on my ways, separate ways. I continued with my life. But for some reason, the chosen one, it doesn't matter what they go through. The chosen ones, they will normally go through a lot of stuff during their lives. But the chosen ones, normally, they always bounce back for some reason. The chosen ones bounce back. Me personally, when I woke up, the first thing I realized was actually, this was not my fight. You know what I mean? I'd always been fighting, thinking that I was part of the participating with this. You know, I was part of the. I was supposed to participate physically in this, but then I noticed later on that actually, this was not my fight. It was not something, even anything to do with me. There was always a team behind me fighting for me. It's just something I didn't know before in my early days of my evolution. I just didn't know there was a spiritual team fighting on my behalf. So I realized that actually all my life I had been the chosen one. All your lives, most of you guys are not aware, but there's a very huge spiritual team fighting on your back, fighting behind your back, fighting for you. But you know, when you talk about the spiritual team, of course, we're talking about a different dimension. Those are not the dimensions you're going to see with your naked eyes. You know, you will notice the presence of these beings around you. You will notice. Because remember, chosen one, because of your purpose and because of your mission, you are also supposed to be given a very huge protection around you, you know. So I noticed that actually for some reason, it wouldn't matter. It would never matter whatever it is I was going through. And a lot of you chosen ones, you can concur with this. You have always bounced back. At some point, you have bounced back. And the first thing what people will do, what they will do, they will try to destroy you. They will steal from you. They will even try to kill you. Some of them, they will even attempt, make attempts on your lives, on your own lives. But for some reason, you will come back. You will bounce back. It doesn't matter. They put you in a coma. You will come back. You will bounce back. A chosen one. Let me tell you something. Those particular individuals, it doesn't matter what you do. You cannot break those guys, because those people, they are highly anointed. Those people, they have got a very big spiritual team behind them. They are highly anointed. And again, most of the time when I talk about this, a lot of guys are like, oh, how do you know about this? Where are you getting information and things like that? So a lot of people get confused. When I start talking about the chosen one, they get extremely, extremely confused, sometimes even disturbed. And those are the guys who don't know the language of the fifth dimension. So a lot of people get confused, but at the same time, the moment you bounce back from whatever situation they are trying to put you in, whenever you bounce back, another thing you're going to realize is that a lot of guys, those guys who have been destroying you, most of the time those guys have been a part of your own destruction. The first thing they will do, they will run away very far from you. Because remember, chosen one, whenever you bounce back, you uncover a particular demon. You know what I mean? So whenever somebody tries to bring you down, at some point, of course, later on, you get yourself back together. Maybe they have pushed you over the edge of the cliff. You've fallen over the edge of the cliff. You got up, you licked your wounds, you walked again. The very first thing what you do when you bounce back is you uncover one particular demon. So the demon that you're going to uncover is the demon that has always been behind your back, targeting you behind your back. So a lot of times, chosen ones, when they are waking up, the very first thing they recognize is these particular demons that have been a part of their problem along their journey. And the first thing what those guys will do, they are going to struggle to figure you out. They will not know. The first question what will be running in their mind is, these guys, they tried to destroy you a few months ago, a few years ago, many years ago. But for some reason, they see you are still growing, you are still standing, you are doing even sometimes better than them. And most of the times, because those individuals, they are very evil and very demonic, most of the times, the more they try to destroy you and bring you down, is the more they experience failures in their own lives. Because you guys have told you that a chosen one is divinely protected. Those guys are protected, and most of the times, the individuals who have been trying to destroy you on a very subconscious level, most of those guys, they have had it very rough with their own lives. The more they try to destroy you is the more things went bad for them. A lot of them, they will end up losing their shops, they will lose their businesses, they will lose their marriages. Some of them, they will even lose their lives. I've had a lot that situation a lot on my videos, on my channel. Some of them, they will even lose their lives. And I think I've shared some of those videos before. You guys can go back to the videos of the Empath Exodus project. There are some narcissists even who try to destroy those chosen ones, and those narcissists, they have ended up losing their lives. So normally what I'm trying to say in this video is that messing with the chosen one is very dangerous. You know what I mean? It's very, very dangerous. A lot of people, they don't know on the physical level. They just feel disturbed whenever they see you, whenever you're around them. They feel extremely disturbed. So they start to plot a lot of things against you. They will do whatever they can to do, whatever they can do to stop you from existing. But the chosen one, I don't know, for some reason, those guys, whatever it is happens to them. Some of them, actually, there's even a nice story I've been seeing online. So there's this chosen one who was, I don't know, for some reason, that chosen one lost their home. I think they became homeless at some point, and they had to stay on the streets. So those guys, they were sleeping in their car for 2 years. It was a very interesting subject. So that chosen one, they slept in the street for 2 years in their car. Now you can imagine sleeping in your car for 2 years, non-stop. That chosen one, they bounced back, and they took their throne, and they came back and stepped into their power, and now they are making it big. So a lot of guys, they don't understand why do they keep on destroying you? Why do you always survive? How do you always bounce back? They are trying, they are struggling, people. Let me tell you something. Those guys, a lot of guys who have been a part of the problem in your life, the first thing what they will do, they will run very far away from you. If they know that there have been a problem along your journey, they have been a part of their destruction, trying to bring you down and destroy you, and cause a lot of pain and harm. The very moment you wake up and you understand what is going on, those individuals, they will run. Actually, I'm going to make a full video about this. Those guys, they're going to run away from you. They are going to run very far away from you. Because now they know, number one, they know that they've been destroying a very innocent soul. A person who had nothing to do with their own lives. They have been destroying somebody extremely seriously, and now they know that that person has awakened. They are awakened. The first thing what they'll do, they'll run. Then what are they going to do? They are going to go behind closed doors and they start watching you from a distance. So sometimes you may see them. They will start stalking you online, on social media. They will go on your Facebook pages and maybe Instagram or things like that. They will start stalking you. So that's where the gang stalking starts. You know what I mean? Because those individuals who are gang stalking you, there is many of them. They have been a part of you. They have been the agents who have been sent to destroy you. But they have failed to destroy you, and they don't know what they need to do or what they had to do to destroy you, because at any attempt they have made on your life, it has failed to work. So what they do now, they just go behind closed doors and they start stalking you. What is he doing? They will get updates on your social media, everything. Where is it? Sometimes they will send you some Facebook requests. Maybe they want to be your friends, you know, things like that. They will form fake accounts, and they're going to come around and send you some requests. You know, they want to be your friends on social media. They will be stalking you. They will be wondering, this particular individual, they have been trying to destroy you for so many periods, so many years. Over the years, they have been a part of your destruction. But somehow you bounce back, and they do not understand this guy, this man or woman. How did they bounce back? They don't understand how you made it. They don't know who helped you, but then they are going to realize that actually there was nobody behind your back. You did everything by yourself. A lot of guys don't understand the chosen ones. They are fighters. They don't understand those people. They are fighters. And not only are they fighting in the physical, because physically, yes, they will fight. They will struggle for their own identity and they will struggle for their own survival. They will struggle a lot, most of the time, physically. But they also have got a very big spiritual backup behind them. They have got a very spiritual backup. That is why you can never destroy those particular individuals. It doesn't matter what you do. And most of the times, guys, even sometimes I've warned in my videos, it is very, very dangerous when you try to destroy those individuals and you know who they are. If you know those people, they're a chosen one. If you ever... Now, guys, listen to this. Is very important. This is very important, guys. I want to listen closely. If you ever try to destroy a chosen one and you know who they are, quotes, you know who they are. You know those guys are chosen. For some reason, you know they are chosen. You try to destroy them. That means that you are consciously trying to destroy God's anointed people. Let me repeat this. If you ever destroy a person and you know they are chosen, this goes out to all the haters, those narcs, the psychopaths, and those kind of toxic individuals. You ever try to destroy somebody, you know they are chosen. That means you are consciously destroying God's anointed individuals. And I will guarantee you that you cannot handle that karma that is going to come back to you. So when you try to destroy those people consciously, knowing those guys they are chosen, you try to destroy them, to eliminate them, to do these kind of things to them, I can guarantee you the karma that is going to come back to you, you cannot handle that. That karma may even sometimes take your own family. So it's very, very dangerous, guys. It is extremely dangerous to mess with the chosen one. That's the first thing I want to say. But those guys who have been destroying those kind of individuals, the chosen ones, at an early age, without knowing who they are, maybe sometime those days, they were just disturbed by little things about those guys, something unusual about them. They were doing one or two things to them. Like I've told you guys, in those days, there was a witch who tried to destroy me in those days. You know what I mean? They wanted to put me out. So somehow, I would learn that they are the ones even who caused, because in those days, I remember I got an accident. They are the ones who caused my accident. So I got to learn all those things later on, you know what I mean? So those individuals, until now, they are frozen in time. So by being frozen in time, what I mean is like there's nothing going on. It's like they are stuck in one place and they cannot move forward with their lives. There is no jobs, there is no money. Probably they can't even get by paying their own rent. They can't even pay their own rent at the moment. So they are just stuck in time, no positive movement forward, no going back, no moving forward. They're just stuck in time in one position. And their life is at a standstill. So I know a lot of people, a lot of examples I can give. I can go on and on with the list. But the whole mistake was beginning to mess with the chosen one and making those individuals feel a particular pain or suffer to some degree. It is exactly the pain you bring to those individuals, because those guys, they're innocent souls. Those chosen ones, they're empaths. Chosen ones, they don't have any intention whatsoever to cause any kind of harm to anyone. Because chosen ones, they're light beings, number one. Chosen ones, they're light beings. So the only mission they have on this planet is to come around, uplift people, help people, you know. Those guys are God sent. They are light beings. They are God's angels. So they only come around to bring light and healing to the individuals around them on this planet. That's the only thing they're here to do. So when you disrespect that level of energy, a person comes around and they do all these kind of good things to you, you disrespect them. I don't know how you're going to handle that. Me personally, I don't know how you're going to handle that. But of course, like I've said, I've seen so many kinds of guys like that along my way, and their life has turned out to become extremely horrible. You know what I mean? Because of the things they have done. So the chosen ones, normally they come out victorious. They succeed. You know, it doesn't matter what you do. You try to beat them down. You try to steal from them. You steal their money. You know, I've spoken to a lot of chosen ones, and they have lost a lot of money to these Decepticons. You know, they have come around in their lives. They have stolen from them thousands of dollars. You know what I mean? And disappeared, only to find out later that those guys who stole their money, they have also lost their money at some point. They have lost all the money that they stole. Actually, even their lives have become very terrible and very horrible after that incident. So normally, what I'm trying to say in this video is that the chosen ones, yes, you will. No, most of the time, subconsciously, you may want to do a lot of things to those guys. But a lot of people, they try to destroy you because they are just ignorant and they don't know. For some reason, they don't know the backup that is behind you. They don't have any idea of the spiritual backup, because a lot of and remember, guys, a lot of guys, they're operating within their ego. You know what I mean? So for them, they are like, what does that person think they are? You know what I mean? Who do they think they are? Where are they getting the information? How do they know what they know? So a lot of guys, they're operating within their ego. You know, when you come out and tell them you're chosen one, the only thing they think about, because of their ego, the only thing they think about is that is the guy who is trying to become, like, you know, better than us. You know, they think they're better than us or things like that. So a lot of guys, they think that because you say you're a chosen one, you're in some kind of a competition with them. You know what I mean? So you're trying to compete with them, become better than them. You know, a lot of guys, they have got this ego thing. You know, a lot of them, they're driving Maseratis and all these kind of things. So you come out to tell them you're a chosen one, and they don't understand even who chose you in the first place, because they're operating within their ego. So they don't know these dynamics of being chosen and everything like that. You know what I mean? So chosen ones, they're anointed. You guys, you're anointed. You're blessed. You're God's favored. It is one of the reasons why anything anybody has ever done to put you out of existence, to harm you, to destroy your life, anything what they have ever done, they have paid for it 100 times. And again, you've always got yourself back up, stood again, and kept on walking. And sometimes you have even ended up doing better than you used to do before. You know. And the whole reason is that because chosen ones, you guys, you have got backup, a spiritual backup. You know. And when the chosen one comes to that realization that they have got spiritual backup behind them, that is the moment they are going to release control. Is one secret, what I've come to notice along my journey. The chosen ones, the moment they wake up, they come to that knowledge of self, and they understand that actually they have always had that spiritual backup behind them. They just release control, because they know everything is going to be taken care of. They know anybody who has been come along their way to destroy them, they automatically know those individuals are going to pay, without them having to move a finger. And they know whatever they have stolen from them, they're going to get back 100-fold. So the chosen ones, they always release control with the very moment they come to that knowledge of self, awareness of self. That's what they do. They just release control and let it go. You know what I mean? Until this moment, the narcissist doesn't know, how did I get the heart to forgive her? She doesn't know that. You know, I've seen many times on my videos, guys were like, hey, you guys, you have a very big heart, you know. I've always had a very big heart in my life. I've always had a very big heart. It doesn't matter who tried to do what, I would forgive them. But they would pay. You know what I mean? They would always pay, because I knew this was not in my control. I knew it was not in my control. They would do this kind of thing. They run away. I just walked away, and I knew they would pay. I just knew they would pay. And guys, I can guarantee you, a lot of them, they have paid very heavily for the things they have done. So the narcissist doesn't know until this moment, how did I get the heart and the, you know, that feeling of forgiving her. They don't know how I forgive them, you know. So basically, for me, the very moment I discovered what was going to happen to the narcissist, because I've told you guys in my videos, I got the vision. I had the vision about everything. That's when I knew that this thing was not in my hands. So the thing what I did in those days was just get out very quickly, because I didn't want to be a part of it. You know, when God gave me the vision of what is going to happen to the narcissist, I just got out of it straight away, because I knew it doesn't matter how long it takes. You know, they will always pay. And I remember telling most of those individuals, I told them that, hey, listen, there is things you're going to pay for. You know what I mean? There is things you're going to pay. Whenever you try to destroy, to eliminate, to do those kind of things to a very innocent soul, and in this case we're talking about a chosen one, those light beings. Guys, I don't know who you are, and I don't know how you're going to handle that, because that karma is going to come to you heavy, very heavy. And as the karma is coming to you, God is still raising those chosen ones to higher places and higher levels of consciousness. So guys, let me know what you think about this video. Let me know what you think. Give us a comment. Leave us a comment in the section below. Book a session with me, guys. Donate and support to this channel. I always welcome donations and support. They are not expected, but always welcome, because you see, they keep on getting us higher and higher and pushing us higher, so that I can be able to deliver much more quality content for you guys. Leave us a comment. Let me know what you think, guys. Much love and blessings, and I'll catch you in my next video. Peace. There's the most signing out.